Good morning, folks. This is Manny Magoo. It's 7:30 a.m. on Thursday, November the 19th. So far, this week has been another amazing week. We took another trade yesterday. We did very, very well with, and on our watch list from Sunday. So hopefully the people that have been watching these videos have seen the process work over and over and over again. And I just wanted to go over a couple of the stocks that were on Sunday's watch list that have broken out, and also the ones we're still waiting for. If you reviewed Sunday's watch list, I had 7 stocks on the watch list. The first, AMD. The second, UPS. The third, Workhorse, WKHS. The fourth was Apple. The fifth was Twitter, TWTR. The sixth was DraftKings. And the seventh was Chewy. Of the 7, 4 of them broke the areas of the resistance that we were waiting for. And mind you, folks, just to put it in perspective, okay? If you were to get involved on the break of those 4, okay, in the last 3 days of trading, because today's another day, okay? If you were to take them, you would be up on average about 6.5%, okay? Now, 6.5%, folks, this is a tremendous amount of money in such a short period of time, okay? I don't look at it as, a stock being up $1 or 5 cents or 25 cents or 50 cents. We take it in percentages, okay? 6.5% return on these, and we don't know what's going to happen today with them, if they're going to keep running or not. But, if you wanted to take some money off the table, on average, you could have been up about 6.5% in just a 3-day period, okay? Most people dream of making 6.5% in a year. We've done it in 3 days with this the method that I have here. Okay, so let's dive right into it. I am going to show you the stock that we did take yesterday. It was Chewy, CHWY. Let me show you this trade. As you can see here, folks, this is the weekly high on Chewy. These are weekly candles. Okay, and the weekly high was $65.20. And as you can see, this week's candle here, you can see the break. But let's zoom right in and show you the trade on Chewy from yesterday. Give me a second. Let me bring this here. Alrighty, and I'm going to zoom right in here. Okay, here we are. So, again, I never trade the first, 10, 15 minutes of the trading day. Okay, there's too much volatility. I like things to settle a bit, and usually I like to trade closer to the 10 a.m. mark, okay? So as you can see here, what did Chewy do? Well, Chewy broke out, and by the way, these are 5-minute candles. We're looking at a 5-minute time frame, okay? So Chewy broke out in the morning. We did not take the trade, okay? I waited, and as a matter of fact, it's probably better to see this on the minute chart. And here you go. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in to this area here, okay? And I'm going to show you. So here's the morning, okay? We did not take this trade. We waited. It came back down, pulled all the way back, almost pulled back to the low of when it opened, okay? And then it started marching up, okay? And this is when I start looking for a signal to possibly get in. As you can see here, it marched up. This candle here hit exactly the area of resistance, which was 65.20, and then pulled back again. Again, not in yet, okay? We need to wait for confirmation of the break. What I usually like to do is when it does break, but this is the second break, I usually like taking it also, on the second break. It shows a lot of strength. We took the trade on the break on this candle, okay? Chewy did march up. If you want to take some profits, you can. It's totally up to you. as you can see, when it starts to go, you have to start looking to your left and look for the next area of resistance. If you notice this candle here, the high was $65.69. Okay, so once you see that Chewy's running, you have to start looking to your left to identify the possible resistance. Which, what did it do? Chewy got to 65.67. Folks, 2 pennies from that candle. And then it pulled back. Still in the trade. I did not get out of this trade yet, okay? What I did was I put a stop at the low of this candle here. That was where my stop was. And never got there. Chewy started running, broke this level again, and started running some more. And it really, folks, as far as taking the profits on this, again, we say it live in our live stream room. Okay, so traders know more what I'm looking at because they hear me speak live when the trade starts to work. I start identifying areas of support. But again, if you want to take some profit, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. I usually like, to take some profit on at least half of my position, even maybe 3/4 of the position, and then letting the rest ride. And as you can see here, Chewy, it chopped up around this area quite a bit. Again, though, showing support here, it did not break through. Later on in the afternoon, Chewy did break, okay? But this was another, again, a good opportunity also possibly get back in, okay? You made your money here. Chewy broke. It broke the support. But then what did it do? It found support. Now look to the left. Take a look at this candle. It got down to $64.93. Check this candle out. $64.92. So there you have it, okay? You see the support, all right? So, if it broke this candle here, then where's the next area of support? Right over here. And then the next area following that, it's going to be right over here, okay? If you have to learn support and resistance. That's extremely important in trading, okay? That's the most important tool that there is. If you don't understand support and resistance, I strongly advise you to, send me an email, hunterchasetrading@gmail.com. I'll help you as best as I possibly can. But I really want you to understand this moving forward, okay? So here's another opportunity of getting in Chewy. You could have gotten back in here when it broke, 65.20 again. You could have made some money. As you can see, what did it do? It went to this area here, all right? Resistance, as you can see, look at the resistance on this candle's high, 65.67. Look at the resistance on this candle's high, 65.52. What did it go to? 65.70. I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay, 65.67 is this candle right here. This candle here, 65.68. And then what did it get to? 65.69. So you can see, folks, look at the pattern here. So you could have taken this trade on the break, knowing that there's going to be resistance again at that area. Okay? Could have taken some money there. And Chewy again, it broke down. You could have done the same thing again. Look, here's another trade. What did it get to? Again, this area. Pulled back. And then, as soon as it broke 65, Jesus, you could have traded this once, 2 times, 3 times. Once an area breaks the support, you can just wait. You can actually wait till it goes back inside and breaks the resistance. And you could take the trade again. How many times could you have made money with Chewy? Okay? This goes just to show you. Now, I am still holding a position in Chewy. I sold about I'd say about 60 to 70% of my position, and I'm holding the rest. We'll see what happens today. I usually like to hold some because when we have a weekly break, that shows a lot of strength in a move. So we can have some nice continuation for the next day. Okay, so I'm just going over some of the trades that did work using our method. UPS was another. Let me zoom out to a weekly. As you can see, we had an inside week. UPS did break this area. The high here was 168.22. Let's see here. As you can see, it broke here, pulled back, and what's happening now? This area here is forming a nice base of support. But look at the money you could have made with UPS. Okay, the next, DraftKings. Let's see, where are you at? Oh, here we are. Look at DraftKings, folks. Look at that break. 45.50, that's the weekly break. DraftKings is off to the races. Right now in pre-market, it's trading at $49.39. Okay, so if you were still in DraftKings, well, guess what? You're making, wow, it's up, what, 15? I'd say DraftKings right now in pre-market, in total, it's up to, what, 15%? 15%, folks. 3 days, okay? So, you have to really, draw your lines on these weekly, previous week's highs, and draw your lines on the previous week's lows, and take advantage of these breaks, okay? Obviously, they mean something. I don't play them for my health, okay? So, DraftKings, that's one. Another one that worked on our watch list. Chewy. We did Chewy already, okay? The next one actually is Workhorse. Yeah, look at Workhorse, okay? This was last week's high, $20.79. Okay, look at this week's candle now, where it is. And if we go back, let's go back to a chart. There you have it, folks. It happened on Tuesday. Okay, $20.79. It broke. Off to the races it was. Okay, so right now we don't know. Well, right now in pre-market, $22.80. So it's about flat compared to the position that it closed at yesterday. Okay, the only ones we're waiting for now have been AMD. It's still not ready. Okay, so guess what? You don't trade it. You don't anticipate the move. It's still an inside week, as you can see by this candle here. So it hasn't broke the previous week's high, hasn't broke the previous week's low. What do? We sit. We wait patiently. Okay. The next was Apple. Apple also inside week. Okay. The break of 121.99, let's call it 122, would get us excited about going long Apple. But as of right now, it's just trading inside. So what do? We sit and we wait. The next one we're waiting for is Twitter, and that's the final one. Twitter again, inside week. Okay. Has not broken this area. Okay, so that's one. Now, yesterday, this was on my watch list, not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before. Okay, we took the trade yesterday, FSLY, Fastly. Okay, here's the weekly high. Now, if you were to have paid attention to my previous Sundays, not this past Sunday, but the previous Sunday's watch list, I had Fastly on the radar. And this was that candle, okay, the 11-2 candle. The high was $75.06. Well, guess what? If you would have taken this trade of $75.06 when it broke the $75.06 area, Fastly went all the way up already to $82.44, folks. Okay? That's a pretty Fastly return, okay, in money. So basically, let's take a look at this. There's the 1 year daily chart. These are all daily candles. As you can see, it's setting up here, and it wants to go back into this channel right here. Okay, it's sick of being in, it doesn't even want to be in this area anymore. It wants to pull out. It wants to really just go into this area and look at this gap that we have here on the daily. Okay, boy, eventually at one point in time, that gap should be filled. Okay, so it really wants to march up. If you don't understand gaps, please comment below and I'll explain them to you. Okay, let's take a look. So here we are. This is the chart on Fastly. As you can see, it got up to this area, and let me zoom right in here so you can really have a look at this. Here it is, folks. This is the trade right in here. Okay. What did it do? It broke the first time. I did not take it the first time, and to be honest with you, I thought it was just going to keep running. But usually on the first break, what happens is it usually pulls back. So I'm a little patient on the first breaks. I like to see it break again and then possibly get in. Okay, but as you can see, this candle here, the 1203 candle, it got up to the area and got up to the line. It got up to last week's high of 80.66, consolidated a bit just to move forward, but look when it broke. Do you see the strength in the move when it breaks? Look at that. Why? It's broken resistance. Okay? Now the resistance becomes support. Now what did it do? It came back down. Now, if you were in this trade and you took it here, let's just say you took it on the second break, okay? You should have been stopped out of this trade. You should have put your stop right there on the low of that candle, which was $80.53. So mind you, you got in on the break. Let's just call it $80.70. It's at 80.66, but I like putting it a couple pennies above, okay? And let's just say you got in at 80.70. Well, you could have put in your stop here, given it a little bit of room, okay? And if you take a look, the low of that candle was 80.53. So even if you put it at 80.50, okay, you stopped out, you lost yourself 20 cents. It's not the end of the world. Okay, you didn't wait for this thing to go down $1, $2, $3, like most people usually do, and then they dig themselves a hole they can't even get out of. But what could have you? Well, you could have also, and as you can see, look what happened here. It consolidated in this area, and then it really found the strength here. So if you just played another thing that I want to show you folks, and this is something that you also have to learn, okay? Fastly put in lower highs. As you can see here, it made a high, it pulled back, went up, made a lower high. That's a little bit of a sign of weakness, okay? So it might not have been ready to run. Now, when I'm live, I can, show you these things, but at the same time, I'm just giving you as much information as I possibly can now. Here again, it put in a lower high, and then again, it put in a lower high, okay? But what gets me excited about a trade like this is now what I do is I really look for an area that it can really break out of. Okay, I'm not going to play around in this chop fest. I'm going to wait for a nice break, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to the left, and I need to see it break a previous lower high, because that lower high becomes resistance. So what I do is I am going to take the trade if it breaks this candle's high. The high was $80.77. And if you want, you can put your order in at $80.80, just giving it a couple pennies. And that's exactly what I did. And what did it do after that? Well, it broke this area here of $80.96. And as soon as it broke the $80.96, it was off to the races. But yesterday when I was looking at this trade, I tried it. Could have gotten out, but it did stop me out in the beginning. And I really, as a matter of fact, I was Mark was on the call with me my buddy Mark was on the call with me. He pointed out Fastly, and I appreciate that. And I even told Mark, I said, you know, Mark, if I wasn't so tired, and it was approximately about 12:30 during lunchtime. I really don't like trading the lunch hour. I would have taken this trade, and boy, I'll tell you, this trade really, really worked. I mean, it just ran after that. But unfortunately, I did not, take this trade. I was just too tired. I didn't want to, sit in it. I wanted to eat. I was hungry. And, I'm up very early in the morning. I'm usually up about 4:35 a.m. every day. I look at the futures market. I look at what's going on in Europe. I look at what's going on in Asia. Sometimes that dictates my day, just to see the overall market. And that's what I do. And usually during lunchtime, I'm either, starving and need to eat, refuel myself, so I can come back a little, fresh around 1:30, 2 p.m. in the afternoon and trade the afternoon hours. But again, for those who are still in this trade, I mean, really, look at this. I mean, if you could have really been in this trade and really made money from the break of 75.06. And for those of you who are still holding this trade from 75.06, God bless you. I mean, you're doing absolutely phenomenal. But I do want to show you one thing, okay? Please be careful. Again, you're going to have resistance up ahead at 86.86. And then from there, you're going to have resistance at 87.97. You have to take a look at stages when you're trading. You have to be tactical. You have to identify the areas of support and resistance. Okay? That's very, very important because there are stages. A stock can actually run here and then completely pull all the way back. So there's nothing wrong with taking some profit. That's how you build an account. You let stocks run when they're running. You take as much profit as you can, maybe holding a smaller position in them as they keep on running. And if they keep on running, and if they do break certain major areas of resistance, guess what? You can add on. Okay? But the most important tool about the way I trade and what I teach is that if it does break an area of resistance, you know that becomes support. You don't have to think. You don't have to guess where support is. You know that area becomes support. And if you want, you can always get out. The sooner you get out, the sooner you can get into another trade with losing a lot less capital. And that is the key to this game. Okay? So, folks, I hope you have a great day today. I'll do another video in the morning tomorrow. I'm hoping this really does help everyone. If there's something you don't understand, please just email me. I always put my email at the bottom on the comments section. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. I'll be more than happy to explain it to you. And good luck trading today, folks. And if you could do me a favor, please subscribe to the channel. I really like seeing my subscribers grow and hoping it's helping everyone out. Have a good day, folks, and safe trading.